First at 4, it was a 24-hour manhunt for a murderer with dozens of deputies fanned out all around Oakland County to find this 22-year-old woman. Now that search has come to an end, not far from where it started. New clues this afternoon into what happened to a 5-month-old missing wallaby at the Detroit Zoo. Could it have been a predator? The zoo weighing in this afternoon. Paula.
We'll take you downriver to a special blessing that was performed today.
Amen.
To help heal the hands that heal us.
And I'm meteorologist Andrew Humphrey. A glorious afternoon. We're seeing sunshine today, more tomorrow, and even higher temperatures. But when's our next chance of rain? Your full weather forecast first at 4.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
First at 4, a murder manhunt in Oakland County is over. The woman accused of killing her boyfriend and brother is found dead. Investigators say 22-year-old Ruby Tavernier shot and killed Bishop Tavernier and Ray Muscat in an apartment off Dixie Highway in Independence Township yesterday morning. Well, over the past 24 hours, more than 24 deputies have been searching for her, knowing she was likely armed. This morning, her body was found in the woods near the apartment. Investigators believe she took her own life.
We had found the car and some personal belongings, so the possibility of her still being in that area was there. So we were constantly searching very vigorously right in that area. And this morning we did in fact find her deceased.
Sheriff Michael Bouchard says the investigation now shifts to figuring out why this happened. Sean Lay looking into that, and we'll have more coming up at 5. Just into our newsroom, a Michigan State University student is missing. Take a look. This is 22-year-old Nicole Kwong. She invited her family to her graduation ceremony on Saturday, but when they showed up, they couldn't find her. They later found out she was not eligible to graduate this semester. She was last seen at Gilchrist Hall. Search teams looked all weekend. Police are checking video cameras. Now to a story that really has a lot of folks scratching their heads. The search continues for a missing 5-month-old wallaby over at the Detroit Zoo. Officials say the animal was discovered missing on Sunday. Well, today, zoo officials say they are trying to figure out exactly how the wallaby escaped and have searched nearly the entire zoo. Zoo officials don't believe someone stole the animal. Sadly, the zoo says it is unlikely a joey of his age can survive on its own.
There are wild predators living in the area. We certainly have owls and hawks, and the possibility that, during the night it was taken by an aerial predator, especially a nocturnal predator like an owl. We've never had that happen before, but we can't rule it out.
The zoo formally introduced the wallaby just on Friday. Now, we know a lot of you are following this story, so we will let you know when we learn more on this unfortunate situation. We're watching Wall Street right now as the markets come to a close on another tough day. The markets just closed, so let's take a look at where things stand. The Dow down 653 points. The drop is an extension of last week's losses as Wall Street tumbles towards its lowest point in more than a year. It's a record nobody was hoping to break. Gas prices hit a new all-time high here in Michigan. Prices are up 28 cents in just the last week to an average of $4.32 per gallon. Metro Detroit actually has some of the least expensive prices in the state, averaging around $4.30 for a 15-gallon tank. That's going to cost about $64 to fill up. As we head into summer, and a lot of people taking trips up north, prices are expected to stay high. Today is the deadline for Michigan drivers to get their $400 auto insurance refund. So if you haven't gotten the money, first try calling your insurance company. But if you get no resolution, the state does have a phone number, also a website set up to help. We have all that information for you on our homepage of clickondetroit.com. Were you able to sneak out, enjoy that sun, that fresh air today? It is gorgeous out there. And on a week when we really can't complain about the weather, we've got some great sunshine and warm temperatures ahead. Andrew.
Karen, we have temperatures that will be rising through the 70s later this week, and it will feel like summer. But first, look at how spectacular it is right now. We've got gorgeous sunshine out there. What a lovely spring afternoon that we have on our hands. Temperatures in the 60s and 70s. A little cooler closer to the big lakes, including 67 degrees in Mount Clemens, 67 also in Monroe. Elsewhere, 70 degrees or more. Pontiac was 71. Hello, Howell, you've got 72 at this hour, and we're looking at milky sunshine with temperatures around 70 degrees over at Metro Airport. Visibility is looking good. Wind out of the southeast at around 16 miles per hour, and it is dry as a bone. Relative humidity at 29%. Not a drop of rain in sight on Storm Tracker 4. So play ball, everybody. What a wonderful night for baseball. Oakland is in town taking on the Tigers with temperatures that fall into the 60s, then 50s, getting cooler but feeling nice over at Comerica Park for tonight's baseball game. More on those higher temperatures for this week coming up.
As the fighting escalates in Ukraine, Russian President Vladimir Putin is trying to justify the war. He did it during a speech on Victory Day with the military parade as his backdrop. Victory Day celebrates the Soviet Union's World War II defeat of Nazi Germany. Today, Putin did not declare victory in Ukraine, nor did he hint at where the war is headed next. The U.S. is preparing to send more aid. President Biden signed a law making it easier for the U.S. to lend or lease military equipment to Ukraine. All right, now to this mysterious deaths of 3 Americans at a popular 5-star resort in the Bahamas. A short time ago, investigators announced who they are, but they're still not sure how they died. Devin Scillian, following the latest developments, and Devin, police are trying to put this investigation on the fast track.
So right, Karen, such a mystery at this point. Autopsies on the victims are being performed today and samples being collected from the rooms at the Sandals Resort on Great Exuma. Toxicology will be sent to a lab in Philadelphia with the hope of getting those results back as quickly as possible to get to the bottom of this. A husband and wife in their 60s from Tennessee both died, as did a man in his 60s from Florida. His wife was airlifted to a hospital in Miami. She's in fair condition now. Witnesses say that woman woke up feeling paralyzed, and 2 others complained about nausea and dizziness. Both couples were found in their villas. The chief of the Royal Bahamas Police Force says they're investigating all possibilities, including whether there was a leak in the water heater, the air conditioner, a propane supply. All 4 people went to a doctor before they died.
They were all treated at different times, and they ate different at different places. So that's why we're checking all of that, which we will hopefully be able to determine whether or not it was some food or something else that caused it.
There is no sign of foul play. The resort is still open. The State Department monitoring the situation. Will stay on top of it too, but really confounding. The latest coming up here at 5. Karen, back to you.
Mysterious. All right. Thank you, Devin. Their work has been really critical to get us through the pandemic, and today a very special event kicked off Nurses Week at Henry Ford Wyandotte. It is called the Blessing of the Hands. Paula Tutman joins us live with why these nurses feel like this ceremony is so important to their work, especially now. Paula?
Hi, Karen. Yeah, hi, everybody. First of all, I just want to point your attention to this. I don't know if you remember when the White Ribbon campaign started in those early days of COVID, and we were really touting our healthcare heroes. I do want to point out that the Blessing of the Hands is not a new ceremony, but there's certainly new reasons to do it, particularly when you think about how we worshiped our healthcare heroes, and some of that has really shifted.
We have a blessing of hands because so much of what we do in healthcare is done with our hands.
Ask any nurse why she or he wanted to be a part of the ceremony of the blessing of the hands that heal, and he or she will tell you it was to ask for just a little additional help spiritually.
Lord God, we ask you to bless your hands.
I wanted to do this because it's been such a rough 2 years going through the pandemic. The ups and downs.
Today in the courtyard of Henry Ford Health Wyandotte, with anointed oils from Ireland, the hands that touch and heal were blessed.
Amen.
I'm an ICU nurse.
Bring God's love, mercy, and kindness to those you meet.
It was hard. That's the best way. It's hard to explain. It's hard to put into words unless you were there and you were actually able to see it. It was hard.
May you be his hands and feet in action now and all the days of your life.
As a nurse, my eyes and my hands have experienced so much that it's very hard to fathom. But I have to remain humble and reflect on what I do have.
Most of us try not to talk about it. We try to get through it. We try to stay positive, and it's just hard to talk about.
Chaplain Karen remembers those early days.
Early on, there was a tremendous amount of public support. We would have food trucks out there. People were delivering food and gifts to employees. A lot of local establishments would give discounts for employees. There was a lot of community support.
But there's been a shift, and for many nurses, It's palpable. With the politicizing of the COVID virus and everything that needs to be done to beat it back, as well as just plain COVID fatigue, today Henry Ford Health acknowledged in a statement, we have seen incidents involving patients or visitors becoming violent, often in response to safety measures like masking and visitation policies. And as we shift from pandemic to endemic, the talented hands that touch and heal and help are still very busy and are in need of some healing themselves.
Amen.
And today, at least for some, it meant energy to move forward with peace.
Today is my new start. When I go back inside those doors onto my unit and into my office, it's a brand new time for me.
It makes you feel like stronger. Like you're just like, woo! Like, let's do this! It's like a recharge, you know, like a reamp.
Oh my gosh, just seeing her reaction alone is worth the price of admission. Karen, this is a great reminder because there's a lot going on in hospitals we don't see. This is a great reminder. This is not a hobby for these folks. This is their profession. They do it with love. They do it with compassion. They do it with skill. And just giving them something that says, hey, we appreciate you. That's what makes it worth it. Karen?
Appreciate and so respect. Thank you so much, Paula. We appreciate it. Wordle players may have a chance to play twice today. Why the New York Times suddenly changed the game's original answer. And massive wildfires threaten historic homes and buildings in the Southwest. Why it's nearly impossible for firefighters to get the upper hand right now. But first, a plan to bridge the digital divide. Millions of families can now get high-speed internet for free. Who qualifies and how to take advantage next.